Salutations, future Twig. Past Twig here once again. We're back with another card call-out for everybody. Today we're actually featuring the very first land of the card call-out series with Path of Ancestry. Quite a common land. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching this series are familiar with it, but for those of you who have never seen this card before, I absolutely must bring it up because it's one of the most essential cards when it comes to your mana base and is highly usable across a wide range of decks, and so I think people should be made aware of this one. For those of you who are not aware, Path of Ancestry is obviously a land, no basic land typing, that comes into play tapped, so a little bit of a downside, but it can be tapped for 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity, kind of like a command tower. And when that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with your commander, scry 1. And so, obviously, there's a lot of different synergies with this, and having the ability to scry and kind of predict your next move as you're casting creatures, which a lot of decks want to do, is a very powerful utility that a lot of people kind of skimp on a fair bit, and this helps to kind of smooth out card draws, ensure that you're not getting mana flooded, not mana screwed, and kind of helps to set you up a little bit, and especially during those first early turns. So very powerful ability. Getting on to it, this card has been reprinted a bunch of times, so it's only 14 cents currently on Scryfall, so absolutely worth picking up if you can find it for a couple pennies at your local game store. And as you can see, a lot of people do actually run this card. This is the most popular card we've ever had on card callouts by far. 22% of all EDH Rex decks run this card, which is a grand total of almost 145,000 decks. So just insane playability of this card, and we'll get into why. Obviously, game synergies, let's get right on into it. We have Volo's Guide to Monsters, and I wanted to bring this card up as a use case because he is actually one of the worst commanders to use with this card. As you can see from Volo's ability, whenever you cast a creature spell that does not share a creature type with a creature you control or a creature card in your graveyard, copy that spell. So obviously, Volo, you want to have creatures that do not share any creature types with each other, including your commander. So in this case, he's almost an anti-synergy with Path of Ancestry. So why am I bringing him up? Because, as it turns out, even in this case where you're not getting any benefit beyond Volo, Volo has the same creature types as himself because obviously that's how that works, which means that whenever you cast your commander, such as Volo, you will automatically scry 1, and that can be quite helpful, especially in a blue deck, of making sure that your card draw then works the way you want it to. So even in this niche example where there's absolutely no benefit to running Path of Ancestry, it's helpful to have it just in case. Moving on, of course, the synergies get only more so as you start to add in commanders that care about creature types. So, for example, we have Jirina, Dauntless General, which, as you can tell by that second ability, sacrifice Jirina, humans you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. You'll also notice that she is a human soldier with her creature typing. Obviously, with this kind of synergy you've got going on here, you want to be running a kind of human-style tribal deck probably with this commander to get the most benefit out of her. And as you can imagine, that means that you're going to have a lot of humans in your deck, which means that whenever you're casting human creature spells and you're tapping it out for your commander's colors, you can start scrying, and that includes your commander or any other human you're running with her, so that you can get a lot of bonus scrying in Orzhov, which is fantastic. Last but not least is any commander with the Changeling typing, which is the Changeling ability, which says this card is every creature type. There's also a couple of older legends which do not have the Changeling keyword because that wasn't a word back then, and it just says this card is every creature type. Same thing. In a deck where you have your commander that is a Changeling commander where it has every creature type, I cannot think of a reason why you would not want to run Path of Ancestry. It is so powerful. It means that every single creature that you cast with that card is going to guarantee scry you 1. That is just amazing value, especially over the course of a game, and I would highly recommend that basically with any Changeling commander. I don't use the word auto-include lightly. I think that people tend to auto-include cards a little bit too quickly in this game, but I would say with a Changeling-style commander, there is no reason not to run Path of Ancestry that I can think of, unless for some reason the tapped land issue is a massive concern for you. And last but not least, and I'll throw this up on screen right now, is a bonus commander that I thought of just as I was saying this, which is Eligeth Crossroads Augur. There's a couple of different commanders that care about scrying a lot. So even if you're not running a whole lot of creatures in your deck, or you're not running a lot of creatures that share a creature type with your commander, having that little bit of bonus scry on a land is actually kind of nice. And I think that that would make a very good solid use case, even in a mono-colored commander deck, for running Path of Ancestry, to just get that little bit of bonus scry. And yep, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Card Callouts, and have a wonderful day all. Take care.